All right, Metz moving. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to show you how to get your website onto the first page of Google search results, so that way you can get all the search volume and all those calls coming directly to the business. Now, ranking in Google search is just a plain and simple race, and like any race, all you got to do is just edge out the competition a little bit to get on top of them. So what I've done is I've taken the top search results for both moving and storage, as well as your website, and then I put them into this tool that I have, and it shows me all the information that Google finds on your site, and then rates its strength and trust on a scale of 1 to 100. So just quickly looking at some of these numbers, we can see why these websites are being ranked at the top above yours. But let me go into a little bit of further detail on what these numbers mean and then how we can improve them. Now, when Google is looking to rank or determine the rank of a website, it uses two different factors. The first is what's called the authority or the trust that it has in your site, which is basically just a popularity contest. Now, this authority is gained when other domains or websites refer or link back to yours, and they act as an endorsement that Google uses to build that trust because others are vouching for you. So just to quickly define these, if say local Channel 12 News did a article on their website for the top 10 best moving companies in Rhode Island. And then in that article, the reader could click on a link and it would bring them to your website. That would be considered one backlink from one referring domain. A lot of different types of websites that can link back to yours. They include any kind of like blog or posting sites, press releases, news articles, maybe any kind of companies that you work with. However, one very important one is what's called a citation. Now, a citation is any time that your name, address, and phone number appear in an online directory. Those include places like Yelp, Yellow Pages, Super Pages, Better Business Bureau. Usually all these directories are free. It just takes some time to find them, register the business, and then make sure you input the information exactly as it's shown in your Google business profile. Now, you can see just from the numbers why Google is trusting these sites, giving them more authority, and therefore ranking them higher than yours. But just something to remember here is it's not just a matter of the quantity of these links, it's also the quality. So we can't just have any website linking back to yours. Like if Pizza Hut's linking to yours, Google obviously understands that you're in moving and storage, you're not slinging pizzas. So even though that'll add a number, it actually won't add any authority. So it's got to be something that's relative to your industry. Now, the second factor for ranking the site is the content on your page. So if we take a look here, these are all the keywords and phrases that are being typed into Google search that Google is finding on your page, as well as the volume, the approximate number of times per month they're being searched. And then you can show your position, your ranking in Google search for these. So this is where I usually do some research to try to find all the highest volume keywords, and then we can make sure that those are being included on your site. Just like it's got to be prominent with either it's in a heading tag, used a certain number of times, things like that. And then we were trying to repeat the process. So, like for instance, moving company in Providence, you're in the 20th position right now, which is going to be either the bottom of the second page or top of the third page. But if you were on the first page, 200 people would be seeing your website when they search. Now, Google Analytics usually says about 10% of that search volume will actually turn into a lead, whether they're filling out a form request or they're giving your company a call. And then I don't know what the conversion rate is for customers that call you and actually get moves done, but I mean, let's even be super conservative and say that only 25% of those actually turn into jobs. You can be looking at 5 jobs per month just off of having this one keyword phrase with the website ranked into Google. So then, like I said, we repeat that for all the highest volume keywords, and then you can see how the number of jobs can add up at the end of the month and at the end of the year for some revenue. Now, there is a formula that Google uses to find the keywords on your site. So if we take a look at it here, Google doesn't really care much about the layout. It's just a computer. So the first thing it's going to do is just come in and count all the words on the page. It's usually looking for a minimum of about 1,500 to 2,000 words because it assumes that the more information you have, the more of an expert you are, and the more likely it is to recommend you. So this is, again, it's a race. What we need to do is figure out how much content is on your competitor's page, and we just need to have more content than them so you look like you're more of an expert. Now, while it's counting all the words, it's searching for those keywords. So usually any kind of service that you offer, and then the area that you offer it in. Now, this is where the number of words really comes into play because you're only allowed to have one of those keywords for every 125 to 150 words of text. So the more keywords that you want to be found for in search means the more content that you have to add to the page to support it. So now if we go back to the search results, the first thing up here is the map pack. This is free to get into. You just need to fill out your Google Business profile if you haven't already. It's part of the Maps app right now, so you can just do it right from your smartphone. Same thing, we want to try to fill out as much information as possible, all the services that you offer, the areas, even your hours of operation. And then we continuously add photos that are geotagged from within your service area, as well as posts onto the profile on a regular basis. Try to have customers leave some reviews. These guys don't have any, so that should be easy to start out ranking them there. And then you want to get as many of those citations as possible. Your name, address, and phone number. You want to be listed in more directories than anybody else on this list. So then underneath that, this is what we call the organic search results. This is the section where the more authority or trust that Google has in your site, the higher up in the list you're going to rank. So this is where getting more of those backlinks from other referring domains or websites is going to help you climb on top of these people to get higher up in the list. Now, I hope this information was helpful so that we can scale some of this. Let me know what you're comfortable with for being able to do on your end. I can probably do some research and see what kind of keywords have pretty high volume. I usually like to snoop on some of the other competitors' websites too and see what kind of keywords they're using as well, so we can make sure that those high volume keywords are also being added onto your site. Like I said, I can do a lot of research here, figure that all out, and then we can get back together and see, who can take care of what, and then what I can do for you to try to get back and help you get up into the top of the search results. A lot of those backlinks and things like that from websites. I've got a lot of networking to get a lot of those sites to be able to get us links and things like that for you. So check this all out, get back with me, and then we'll see what we can do. Appreciate it.